If all works out, a proposed initiative to reduce the number of senators in the Guam Legislature from 15 to 7 will be decided by the voters of Guam in the 2014 general election.
I don't represent any special interest groups. I'm not a part of the government. I'm not seeking a government job. I'm just looking to have a better island and build the sentiment and the support from the community.
Appearing on KUAM's Weekend Edition, Island resident Ryan Calvo discussed his proposal, saying it will reduce government expenses, increase savings, improve efficiency and effectiveness, as well as maintain adequate job performance.
I think we'll have a more responsible government. We'll be able to live within our own means.
Calvo says he's been working on the initiative for 2 years, along with input from former senators, judges, commissioners, and mayors. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan says while nothing has come in just yet, Calvo has come by her office to pick up samples of past initiatives.
And it becomes a little bit more complicated because there's a new law that was passed at the end of last year that we are still introducing ourselves to and reviewing it and making sure we familiarize ourselves well enough so that we can make sure we meet the mandates.
Pangilinan is referring to the Initiative Reform and Transparency Act of 2012 introduced by former Senator Judy Gutherds and passed at the end of last year. In addition to a $200 filing fee, along with collecting 10% of signatures from the number of registered voters in the last general election, or 50,701 in this case, among several requirements, a new law brings new requirements.
The proponents also must conduct at least 10 village meetings, and the villages they choose, 2 of them must be in the higher populated villages.
She adds the proponents must also prepare a fiscal impact statement for the first year it will become effective and the following 4 years. Majority Leader Senator Rory Respicio, meanwhile, supports the process but says he hasn't read the initiative, so reserves comment in order to not provide any undue influence over those bringing the initiative forward.
And at the end of the day, in any democracy, you leave these decisions to the voters, and you let the voters decide collectively whether this initiative is really about wanting to save government money or wanting to reduce democracy, and so that's a debate for a later date.
Republican Senator Michael Lumtiaco, meanwhile, who pushed for political reform on the campaign trail, hopes to read more into the initiative.
But I know that the opponents to such a move would basically say that we're putting a lot of the decision-making process into fewer hands and fewer ideas, and so it doesn't span a breadth of experience that you currently have with the body of 15. But if the intent of it is to reduce costs, I think the better way to go would be to take a serious look at the part-time legislature.
Calvo, meanwhile, says this is his first time writing an initiative, but is aware of the push by some for a part-time legislature.
It's something that's out there already, so it's being worked on. And I think that, if we all work in different aspects and areas, we can have a government that helps the people and works for the people.
Calvo says he has 80% of the initiative done and hopes to submit it in the next few weeks. He is continuing to gather feedback from the community, in which he can be contacted at ryan008@gmail.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.